Hi, welcome back to the channel, Michelle, and today I'm going to take you through and show you how I make gluten-free, dairy-free fried pork chops. So if you're new to my channel, we are a gluten-free family of 5. My youngest daughter has celiac disease. She was diagnosed at age 3.5 and she is 7 now, so we've been doing this for a while. This is my go-to recipe for pork chops, also for chicken as well. You can use, replace the pork chop in the recipe, I'll link it down below, with chicken. It works the same, makes nice fried chicken. And as you're going to see, this entire video is going to be tinted yellow for 2 reasons. One, all my little lights are right above my head all through the kitchen. Also, with the oak cabinetry, there's no way I can't make this video yellow, but I thought I would show you because, like I said, this is a really easy, delicious fried pork chop recipe. So I'm going to turn you around and show you the ingredients. So obviously I have my pork chops here. Cornstarch. Again, you want to make sure all your ingredients are obviously gluten-free. This is the all-purpose flour I'm currently using, and that's just because it's on sale at Kroger. You can use whatever you have that's gluten-free. Salt, paprika, mustard, pepper. Obviously this is dry mustard. And then buttermilk. The recipe calls for buttermilk. Now we are dairy-free in this house as well, just because my son and I don't tolerate dairy very well. So my go-to buttermilk replacement is a cup of Ripple milk and a tablespoon of white vinegar, and that will make vegan buttermilk. And as you can see here, I did not have enough Ripple to do. I think I only had half a cup, so I just subbed in the almond milk, the vanilla unsweetened. Again, you're not gonna taste the vanilla in it. It's not gonna affect the taste, but unfortunately it's not going to get as thick. If you use a full cup of Ripple, it will get pretty thick, the consistency of buttermilk. So that's my go-to vegan swap out: cup of Ripple unsweetened original and a tablespoon of white vinegar. Stir it around, set a timer for 5 minutes, and you got yourself vegan buttermilk. So those are just the ingredients I need. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of white vinegar. Mix that up and set a timer for 5 minutes. Alright, so next you're just going to mix your 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And I chose to do it in a pie pan, obviously, because it makes a huge mess, but it's easier to dip the pork chips in. Cup of your gluten-free all-purpose flour. 2 teaspoons paprika. 2 teaspoons salt. Half a teaspoon yellow mustard. Just gonna stir that all together, and that will be what you dip your pork chops into. I then add pepper. It says about a teaspoon. I just eyeball it. Then you'll give that one more stir. Alright, so the next step is to add a 1/4 cup of oil to your pan. And one of the tricks to making this crispy, I found, is to use a cast iron pan. Stainless steel won't work very well on crisping. It kind of turns out soggy, especially since it's gluten-free. Cast iron pan is the way to go. I've tried stainless steel and it has not worked. I've tried the, smooth, non-stick Teflon or whatever it is. That doesn't work either. Cast iron is the way to go. Also, I let the pork chops rest while I'm getting buttermilk and the flour and everything ready. I let the pork chops rest and get to closer to room temperature, because I think that really does help as well. The recipe also says, I think, vegetable oil. I just use olive oil. That's what I have on hand for everything. I've never really found much of a difference. So you put that in your pan, you get that hot. And then you're going to take your pork chops, drench them in the buttermilk mixture, dip it in the flour, and again the recipe says to let it rest before you put it in the pan. I really haven't noticed much of a difference letting it do that, so I usually just do it right away. You can see why having it in a pie plate makes it a little easier. I have tongs to flip it, because I just use your hands. So that is ready to go in the pan. Then I'll just get the next one going, and so on, so on. Now I do have bone in, and I just do that for, I think it creates a better flavor, but you can certainly do boneless pork chops as well. I've done that. Same with chicken. Doesn't really matter, just adjust your cooking time. You can hear it start to sizzle in the pan there. So while these are cooking, I will put the extra ones in the buttermilk mixture so they can get ready to be coated. Again, if you had a larger pan, you could probably do all of them at the same time, but I don't, so use what you have. I'm not gonna go out and buy a larger pan just to make pork chops. So while the first two pork chops are cooking, I washed my hands first. I think that's always important to add in the video. Wash my hands, and then I washed the asparagus we're gonna be having for dinner. I'm gonna trim that, get some oil going in my stainless steel pan here, and get that going. I just use the simple bend it where it breaks, that's where it should go. Alright, so I had to turn on the fan, because obviously frying things creates smoke, so hopefully that's not too annoying for you guys to hear. So I'm going to put probably a tablespoon oil in my stainless steel pan. These are ready to go. When I put the second pork chop in there, second set of pork chops in there, I'm going to start the asparagus. You can see my pan is starting to get a little dry here, so I'll just add more olive oil. So the first two are done. You can see they're nice and crispy. So I'm going to get the other two going in the pan, and I'm going to start my asparagus. Pork chops are done. Asparagus is done, and then I did heat up some gluten-free sausage stuffing from the other night to go with it, but that is dinner. Quick, easy, 30 minutes. So that is how I make my gluten-free, dairy-free fried pork chops, and again we had asparagus and stuffing. I'll make sure to link the recipe down below for the pork chops. And if you're wondering, oh, that doesn't seem like a lot, my husband's actually not joining us for dinner tonight. He has a late meeting, so it'll just be myself and my 3 kids. And let's face it, my toddler, my 4-year-old, will probably eat 3 bites. But I'm excited, it's delicious. If you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comments down below. If not, thank you for watching.